Hey everybody, this is HK. Today I'll be reviewing the Motorola MA1 wireless car adapter for Android Auto. And as you all know, this is a much anticipated device, especially due to the nature of Android Auto being really finicky with wired cables. Over the years, people have blamed cables for many of the issues that people are experiencing with Android Auto, mostly with disconnecting and also with USB ports being worn out. So hopefully, this device will mitigate a lot of those complaints. And today we'll take a look at the effects of this device on the Android Auto usage experience. I've just gone ahead and opened the box up, and honestly, for a device that's $100, I expected a little bit better packaging. I know it's not a consumer electronic device like a cell phone or the like, but a little bit better packaging would have been nice for something that's branded by Motorola. A quick point to make is that this product, even though it's branded by Motorola, it is produced by a third-party Chinese manufacturer, but they've kind of latched onto the Motorola name for credibility, and I believe this is also one of the first devices that comes from an actual phone company for Android Auto. Previous devices have been mostly enthusiast or hobbyist builds, as you may have known about. And another thing to note is that this requires an Android cell phone that supports 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, because that's the medium it uses to communicate with the device. So hopefully that provides a low latency experience. And inside the box, you'll see that it's a pretty simple device. And like I said, the box is very no frills. You just get the device there. It has a decent finish. Unfortunately, it has a fixed USB cable, which is actually a really awkward length. We'll see how that fits in the car. And we have your Motorola branding there, and that's pretty much all that it comes with. So here's the device in all its glory, and the box did mention that it comes with a little gel pad to adhere it to someone in your car, which might help in case it's dangling. I was looking all over for it, and actually ended up being inside the instruction manual for whatever reason. And so that should help affix the device to someone in your car if it's rocking around. And let's go ahead and get this installed and set up and see how it performs. All right, everybody, I've gotten into my car, got everything situated, got the infotainment fired up. That way we won't have to add that time into this test. And first I'm going to launch this using the wired connection that I've previously been using. That way we have a baseline to look against. So for that, I'm going to use my ancient Note 8 here. I have the timer set up. And as soon as I plug this in, I'm going to start the timer, and then we'll see where it is when Android Auto launches in the back. So I'll plug this in, hit start, and let's see what happens. So that was about 10 seconds to get to the screen. Alright, so I've gone ahead and plugged in the device, and I completely forgot my USB port is oriented vertically, so that'll be interesting. There's a little bit of twist in the cable. I'll figure out the placement later. So right now the light is flashing blue, which indicates it's in Bluetooth pairing mode. So that's good, we have power, and now let's get the device set up. Alright, so the device pops up under my Bluetooth settings as Android Auto and followed by some arbitrary serial number, probably according to the device. And let's connect and see what happens. Just a quick side note here, I've already connected to the device, but I forgot that in my settings a while ago, I had disabled the setting to connect wirelessly to device. So I'm going to enable that, and let's see if we get going. Right, so I've gone ahead and connected Bluetooth, so that won't affect our test. And as soon as I launch Wi-Fi, we'll start looking for the device, and then we can start the timer and see how long it takes to connect and start projecting. So let's turn on Wi-Fi, and I'll start my timer, and let's see how long it takes. Okay, it already recognizes it, and it seems to be connecting. There we go. So that was around the same time as wired, actually. Right, so I've gone ahead and navigated a little around Android Auto after connecting, and I'll have to say this is one of the spots where the inherent lagginess of Android Auto comes to its benefit. While scrolling around, I don't notice any discernible lag, and if anything, it's a little bit smoother than my wired connection. Let me open Spotify as an example. We open the app up, scroll around a bit, everything's really smooth. And one thing to note is that people have noticed that the audio is a little worse over Android Auto Wireless just because it is leveraging your Bluetooth instead of plugging in and transmitting over the cable. And as you can see, everything works pretty well.
Alright, so lastly, I repeated the same test from a cold start as well, just to see if the device has any boot up time. And from the results, it seems like it does add about 10 to 12 seconds, which honestly is not a huge deal considering the convenience. And overall, I would say that if this device really does solve the connectivity issues, that's well worth the minor start time, and the usage experience is pretty much the same. So I think it's definitely worth the price, and hopefully this USB cable doesn't die out. So that was my quick review of this device. If you also purchase one, let me know what you think, and if you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment below.